Hi folks. Well, there's some controversy taking place. Once again, kids. You see, recently there was a festival at the Yasukuni Shrine. And the Prime Minister of Japan, he sent a potted plant in observance. And that upset the government of South Korea and the commies in Beijing. How dare you recognize the Yasukuni Shrine in Japan, in Tokyo? Yeah, they got upset. And their complaint is, there were the spirits of war criminals in there, executed by the Allies after the war. How dare you recognize it? I begin to think to myself, now wait a minute. Now there was a war between China and Japan, so you could possibly understand China upset with some of those folks, their spirits housed at the Yasukuni Shrine. But Korea was part of Japan. When I investigated into this, I could not find any of the convicted war criminals, the Japanese convicted war criminals, who supposedly committed war crimes on the Korean Peninsula. Do you know of any? But never mind that. You know what I also discovered? There were Koreans convicted of war crimes during the trials after World War II who served in the Japanese Imperial Army. Proportionately, there were more Koreans executed by the war crimes trials than there were Japanese. Something like 940 Japanese in comparison to a couple of million Japanese soldiers, were something like 148 Koreans in reference to something like 17,000 soldiers. So proportionately, there were more war criminals of Korean descent than there were of Japanese. So why are the Koreans getting upset? You want to know something else? The Allied prisoner of war camps, where the Allies were held by the Japanese, most of the brutality taking place against the Allies were by Korean guards. You see, the Japanese did not trust the Koreans as being fit for combat duty, so they placed them as prison guards, and to prove their viability, they were extra brutal. It's reported in reports of the Bataan Death March that most of the brutality, the butchery that took place was done by Koreans. One Allied officer wrote that the Koreans were basically moronic. That they were basically moronic, and they looked to get blood on their bayonets so they could claim themselves as veterans. And now South Korea, you're going to get upset when someone visits the Yasukuni Shrine? Is that because you don't want your dirty history to be discovered and you keep telling the Japanese, you need to be in touch with your history? Well, we just touched it. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.